Hey, welcome to Unstoppable Agents. This is a show where real estate agents come to grow their business, grow their wealth, and grow their life of impact and significance. I'm your host, Brian White. I'm a North Texas real estate agent team leader with EXP Realty. And this show really is all about ICON agents. These are agents that won the highest award available at EXP. And I'm excited because today I've got Calvin Shropshire from Chattanooga with me. Calvin, I'm super glad to have you. It's great getting to know you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be on here, and thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, right on, for sure. Calvin, this show's all about you, and I guess first, let me start with congratulations in earning the ICON status and doing that at your first year at EXP. That's a heck of a start.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's coming from my last brokerage. It took us a few times to cap out, but we did it extremely quick when we moved over here. But we had a lot of support and tools. It helped us out tremendously.
I want to hear more about that. I'm going to back you up though. Let's go back a little bit and just walk me through your real estate story. Tell me about how did you get here?
So actually, I used to work customer service in 2003, 2004. My cousin was doing real estate in Atlanta. She's a little bit younger than I am, and she was crushing it. So I thought, hey, I could do real estate. So I got my license 2005. From 2005 2007, I never sold anything at all, and the market was amazing. I kind of lost everything, was homeless for a little while. Ended up finishing my degree, ended up getting a job at Unum doing IT work for them for 8.5 years. And then when we were moving, my wife found one of my old business cards and said, hey, you should consider real estate again. I was like, nope, it's a bad idea, horrible idea. Well, she's pretty persuasive. So I ended up getting back into it in 2012 and then leaving my full-time job in 2014, starting my team in 2015. And now we still have the team, but I also own a brokerage as well too. And we are affiliated with the EXP Realty.
Right on. That's awesome. I love it. Tell me about your brokerage. Tell me about the business that you're building here at EXP.
One of the things we're really focused on is leveraging technology, working smarter, not harder. But our brokerage allows individual agents, other teams, my main team in there as well. But we get to leverage all the tools of EXP Realty. And I love it, me being a tech person, I love it being a cloud-based company. So that's opened the door up for so many more opportunities to help people out.
Yeah, so good. And coming from an IT background, like you get it. Like you get the difference that the tools can make. Okay, so you shared a minute ago, you'd been at other brokerages and struggled to cap or struggled to build the business, and you're killing it. So tell me about the tools. Like what's made a difference for you since joining EXP?
Honestly, the support, the community, being able to reach out to people who are at higher levels than I am and pick their brain and get information, the extensive amount of training, my coach as well, so speaking of which, that the revenue share, the revenue platform allows for the coaching to just be taken to a whole nother level. That was another thing that was very attractive. I was paying almost $3,000 a month for coaching, and now to be able to get it and to be able to not only be able to get it, but not have to pay for it and obviously reap the benefits of it. It's just amazing. It's awesome. I'd say the support.
You're saying that not every company is collaborative and supportive and works together to build each other up rather than compete?
No, not at all. It's very cutthroat out. But I imagine with everyone having a common interest in the company, you want to see everyone do well. So I think that's another aspect to it as well too.
Yeah, that's right. We're all owners, right? So when you're successful in Chattanooga, then that increases the value of my company, even though I'm in Dallas.
Right, absolutely.
So where does your business come from? What does it look like? Are you a sphere of influence guy? Or are you guys circle prospecting, open houses? What's your business model?
I get a lot of sphere now. When I first got into it and started doing well, I started my business with for sale by owners. So what I realized was when I got back into it, a lot of my friends, family members, colleagues didn't want to work with me because they knew me as the bartender / IT person, not the real estate agent.
Yeah.
And so what I found was that the people who don't know me is actually a lot larger than the people who do know me. And so I have an opportunity there to be whoever I want to be in front of them. So I could be the most knowledgeable agent they've ever met. And having failed at it once before, I became one of the most knowledgeable agents they've ever met because I made sure I was not going to repeat that path again. I would say for sell-by owners is what we started off. Now we're very big online. We're very big into internet leads. I've never paid for Zillow leads or anything like that, but we do portal leads like Opcity, that type of stuff, but it's mostly internet-based.
Okay. Yeah, right on. So what I love about when you revisited, got back into the business, sometimes not knowing what you can't do is a winning strategy, right? So just going out there and making it happen with for sale by owners is terrific. Did you use a dialer and just started dialing for sale by owners, or how did you approach them?
Yeah, I figured out early on there were systems and programs out there that would gather the information you needed, plug them into a dialer, because again, I'm all about working smarter, not harder, and then just sort through. And it was a numbers game. It was how many people can I talk to in a day? How many people can I get in front of, set appointments with? And that's really what it came down to. Obviously, it's not as exciting, but success, we all know, is boring in the beginning.
Yeah.
But when you get to reap the rewards of it and the benefits of it, then it's a lot more exciting. So yeah, used a dialer, I want to say Land Voice at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Land Voice or Redx, I can't remember which one it was I was using. And now we use My Plus Lead. So there's tons of them out there. Presso Agent. I can't think of the other one.
And there, you mentioned, so you talked about a couple of dialers and lead sources, but you also mentioned some of the inbound lead sources now, because the great thing about them is, number one, the leads are typically higher quality because they've qualified them, and you don't have to pay for them if they don't close. So right. And you don't pay for them until they close. So it's a great way terrific way to build your business, particularly if you're smart about it. Then you can take the dollars from those kinds of leads and pour them forward and invest them back into to grow the business more.
Highly recommend those for newer agents. I think that's one of the best routes to go, because like you said, the payment's not due until you actually close on the property. So
that's great. Having a TC, they get paid at the closing table, and if it doesn't close, they don't get paid. So that's some of their incentive to help you have a successful transaction. But it's also a great way to keep your expenses, your overhead anyway, pay performance model. It's good.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd love to go back to the beginning and just, man, if you had advice to give to a new agent, or really to young Calvin as he was just getting started, what would you tell yourself?
I probably would have joined a team, or I would have got a coach early on. But more honestly, I would have joined a team. And the reason I say that is because you learn so much more faster. You learn through experience, but you also learn what mistakes not to make. You learn what works and what doesn't work. Yeah. And then at some point, if you decide to go out on your own, you then have all that information to customize your own personal business. So
yeah, it's really good.
I was gonna say, you don't go through the amount of expenses that I went through to fail as fast as I did too. So yeah, I would definitely recommend joining a team. I think that's the smartest decision for a lot of people who are brand new to the business, and some people who are seasoned as well too.
You know, it's interesting because both when they're looking at brokerages and when they're looking at teams, people get the splits. And so the first thing to do is, okay, what's a split? And I just think that's the wrong measure. And that's coming from a place that EXP is super competitive in terms of its split. So I think we've got one of the best splits out there, but it's not just what's the split, whether it's team or the brokerage, it's what's the value you're getting for the split. Right. And you shared, right? You sunk thousands and thousands of dollars doing stuff the wrong way. Man, if it's out there, I have used it and I have broken it. I have wasted money on it. And so we do these things the hard way and we screw them up when if you just join a successful system, then, you know, yes, you have to pay a split. You have to split your fees, your income with someone else, but you get there so much faster and more smoothly that can really be a win.
Well, it's interesting you say that. I can't remember what year this was. It was 2017 or 2018. But there was a report online that said 13% of agents across the country made six figures. Out of the 13%, 9% of them were on teams.
Oh, wow.
I got to find that article. But it was interesting to see that. They didn't say they were team leaders. They said they were on teams. And when you look at it, and I started thinking about that with one of the agents on my team, if you focus on that one thing, which is just, if you have a pretty good team, like with our team, you've got the transaction support, the listing support, you've got the ISAs, right? So if your focus is just to go on the appointment, convert the appointment, and be that person of communication with that lead while everything else is being done behind the scenes for you, you could do that at a high volume and not have the stress of everything else going on or the expenses, and be profiting quite a bit of money. So it's all in how you look at it. It's perception. It's mindset, right?
Look at the value you're getting versus how much you're paying. As long as the value you're getting is more than what you're paying, then that's a better deal for you. Yeah.
It's kind of how I do for sell by owners too. I always say I want to save on the commission. I always ask them, well, all right, is what's most important to you? Is it what you pay out or is it what you net? That's what I net. Great. So if I could show you how we can net you more money, and we've done it time and time again. It's not kind of the same scenario with agents. It's what's most important to you. Is it what you actually pay or is it what you actually net at the end of the day?
It's good. Well, there's actually probably in FSBOs too, but with real estate agents, there's a lot of ego involved and people want to, hey, I want to do it myself. I bet you're, Calvin, I bet you're tough to resist when in a FSBO conversation, you're a likable, compelling guy.
Oh, I love FSBOs. Those are my favorite lead sources all day. Because a lot of times it's just hit them with information, with knowledge. Yeah. If you learn ask the right questions, they'll come to the conclusions you want them to themselves. Right. So like I teach the agents, the quality of the questions you ask determines the quality of the answers you get.
Well, and I've heard it said the quality of the questions determines the quality of your life. So even more, you've had success there because you've made the investments to be an expert in that space. Then you can lead people to the result you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Well, man, Calvin, this has been terrific. Thank you for joining me. I know you're walking into a listing appointment. More evidence of successful business. Good luck on your appointment. Good luck in your career at EXP. If you ever have clients moving to Dallas, then we would love to serve them, and we'll return the favor in Chattanooga as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely will keep that in mind. And thank you so much again for the opportunity to speak with you guys. It's an amazing company, and we're all excited to be here. So thank you.
Right on.